I was thinking about this, and I posed the question, how would I describe John to my husband, Mark? And he said, John, oh my gosh. And I feel the same way. There's so many great things you can say about John.
I would describe my dad as a very loyal person, passionate, motivating.
If I had to go to war or get in a fight or ever needed help, John would be the number one guy that I would call. Well, maybe number two. Sharon would be first.
My first memory of John really is probably 20 or 25 years ago when he and Bernie Bass were emceeing the monthly chamber breakfasts.
Sometimes I wondered if we were there for their comedy routine or, the purpose of the event.
He just makes the room laugh and brings out the best in everybody and goes that extra mile to make sure everybody has a great time.
He's always been so good at getting his point across, even if it may not be a great, fun conversation.
He has this saying at work about, and it's an old saying, and sometimes you have to explain it to the younger generation, but one time we were in a meeting many years ago interviewing computer companies, and he says, what we really need is a Big Chief tablet and a number 2 pencil. And everybody kind of laughed about it, but over the years I've come to understand that, he wants to give you the right tools to work with, but more importantly, what he really wants is he wants you to do the basics, and he wants you to do them well.
What I think is that the illumination of the star that Lubbock represents, the illumination of that star would not be nearly so bright had John Zwiacher not moved to Lubbock, Texas in 1977.
Some people, are big into their church. Some people are big into just their business. Some people are big into nonprofit stuff and volunteering. Some people are big into the Chamber of Commerce, which John was chairman of. Some people are big into the United Way. John's done all of it. And so, to me, that would be a pretty big set of shoes to fill if he hadn't been here doing that.
John has a servant's heart. Most recent would have been United Way last year. Before that, he did a lot of volunteering with the city of Lubbock with Dan Pope. And on the automobile side, Texas Auto Dealers Association, known as TADA.
I can't recall where John's not been on a board or an association helping out the community.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to talk about where he's not been involved than where he has been involved.
He was appointed by the City Council to chair the 2040 Advisory Committee and plan to develop something for Lubbock as a few points to go forward.
I was given the task of finding the person to lead the way. It was a 30-plus member citizen committee that would serve for over a year, in fact, serve for nearly 2 years. So when I went to see John, it was a quick decision. Never was there a doubt when he said, yes, I'll do it, that it would get done right.
The lens that I look through when thinking about John's community service is primarily through the United Way. He was chairing the campaign last year when the United Way was in a time of transition. In the middle of the campaign he was chairing, he said yes and was on the search committee for the new leader. Both were huge jobs, but he was all in, and that's how John is with public service. He's been at the table or in the room where it happened, if you will, for so many big public initiatives and projects.
And a lot of times I never even knew that he was serving on that committee. I think that says a lot about John, that he's a humble guy. He's not looking for accolades. He's not looking for awards. He does the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
If he knows he's going to bring value and that's going to add to the greater good, he'll be all in, and I admire that so much.
And I think that's how he runs his business. I know that's how he runs his business. He expects us to do the basics and to do them well.
With John, majored in accounting, achieved that certification, and then the ownership of Scoggin Dickey came to a point where they realized they didn't have a succession plan. And they hired John away from Arthur Anderson in 1977 and brought him to Lubbock.
You think about a business like Scoggin Dickey and how long it's been around and what it means to the families of the people who work there and has for generations. But it serves the region.
I think his most significant accomplishment is being nominated for the Time Dealer of the Year for Texas. There's over 3,000 dealers in the state of Texas.
That was probably a pivotal moment for him. It's so much more than what he's done for the dealer world and car dealerships and all of that. It had really a lot more to do with what he's done for the community that he resides in, his business, and the state.
It's all about, not just necessarily selling cars or vehicles. It's about community service and support for your communities.
I know of lots of partnerships through my 50 years, and I can't think of another one that duplicates that kind of experience where an organization could deposit all of the authority in a particular one person.
They've got a remarkable business that they've been able to be good stewards of, while at the same time being great community members. And even though John doesn't want the credit for all of that, he's the guy that's leading the band for certain.
John has been such a great man in my life and my family's life. I can never begin to have enough gratitude for what he's done in my life. He's been more than a boss, much more than a boss, and I'm grateful for that.
John knows just what to say, but more importantly, he says it. John will send a text at just the right time, a word of encouragement.
He's touched my life 24/7 since I've been born. He's taught me how to do things the right way, live the right way, treat people the right way.
John and Ann are godparents of my third child. John and I have been friends ever since the summer of 1970.
My dad, John, has impacted my life in so many realms. He has taught me how to be a loyal person. He's taught me how to be faithful, how to love.
One of the things that the brochure category does not mention that I would add to the bottom of it, and that is that it doesn't have, and I think should include for John, the word friend. He is a great friend. He is my best friend. And if you have John as a friend, then your friend sack is pretty full.
His work with the Chamber and United Way and Covenant and his church and my gosh, the 2040 City Comprehensive Plan, what a bear that must have been. But all of this, all of that involvement really, I think, has made a difference for our community. And I don't want to think about our community without John Zwiacher.
So John, yes, I could take a couple of minutes just to congratulate you for the recognition that's so clearly deserved, but more than congratulations, just to offer my sense of thanks for all the things that you have done, both in a public forum and privately, for so many facets of Lubbock as a community.
Congratulations on receiving the 2024 Hero Award. We are beyond proud of you.
All your past commitments and volunteerism for the community has transpired to you receiving this award, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Z. Job well done. Thanks for making a difference in our community, your business, your family, and certainly in our life.
John, I know you don't like all of this attention that we're giving you today. I know you're sitting there, aw-shucksing it and wanting us to stop talking about you, but we're not going to. You are so deserving of this recognition and this super public display of gratitude and appreciation. You're proof positive that you can be successful in so many realms by being a good guy.
John, this is well deserved, and no one deserves it more than you. No one recognizes the amount of time and effort that you give to benefit the members of this city and community. So thank you for a job well done.
Congratulations, John. You're a hero in my book. You're a good one, bud. Stay around a while.